What's going on, YouTube? All to the double E dash to the Z-O-N coming at you once again. Twice in one day. It's a rarity, but it does happen. And since I'm off from work today, as I said in my previous video, because I'm feeling really sick this morning, and you can hear it in my voice, I figured before it's time to get to work, pick up the kids, put the laundry to wash, and get ready to start my assignments for school later on this evening, figured I'd come at y'all with another video. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is just basically me spitballing thoughts about what games I want to see coming to the Switch. But we're not talking third party. We're not talking even Nintendo games that come out on a regular basis every generation. No, I'm talking about what games that Nintendo has not made for a good minute where we like to see come back on the Switch. New iterations, new installments in beloved franchises that we haven't seen in a while. So I figured I'd kick this off first and foremost with my absolute favorite game of all time, as you guys know, and I do not care that it is not a popular choice for one of the greatest games of all time. To me, it is my favorite game of all time, goddammit, and that is Pilotwings 64. The Pilotwings franchise, man. Nothing felt better to me as a gamer in 1996 than being able to have that feeling of flight and exploration. And the N64 being so groundbreaking graphically back in that time, giving us 3D, full 360-degree control all around with the analog stick and the C buttons, and being able to fly in this 3D world, and especially on a cartridge for what they did. I mean, we had an entire replica of the United States in that game that you could just fly around, and then all the little Easter eggs and secrets that were hidden throughout that world and all the other islands that you could fly around. I would love to see a return of Pilotwings, but I don't want a do-over. I don't want like Pilotwings Resort on the 3DS was awesome. I loved it. It was one of my favorite games on the 3DS because it was kind of pushing the franchise forward. It was like a sequel, but not really a full-fledged one because to me, I'm sorry, on a handheld, I don't want a sequel to a beloved franchise to be an exclusive to a handheld because to me, no matter how good that game is, it's still a handheld game. It's not a full-fledged console experience. Well, the Switch annihilates that problem because the Switch is, as we all know, a hybrid console handheld fusion. Remember, it was the code name Fusion that was going around back in the day. Actually, it was true. I mean, you have a handheld device that really serves as a standalone console, not a dedicated gaming device, an actual console that you can take what you want to go or you can dock and play it on the TV. So I want a brand new Pilotwings. I want a Pilotwings, and I want it to be Pilotwings 3. Or 4, or whatever. You have Pilotwings on the Super Nintendo, Pilotwings 64, and if you count Resort, that's 3 of them. I want Pilotwings 3 or 4, or whatever the number would be. I want the new installment in the Pilotwings franchise. New characters, new vehicles, new missions, new islands or locales to explore. And I want it to have, within the game itself, have just that exploration mode. Where you can just go in there, and it's basically a flight simulator, and you can go anywhere and do anything. I really want that. I doubt we'll get that because I know Pilotwings is not one of their bread and butter franchises that makes some money. But at the same time, it's a pipe dream for me. I love Pilotwings. Next, man, Wave Race. Who the hell doesn't want a brand new Wave Race? And Nintendo has shown over this course of the last year or so that all they're doing is listening to their fans, listening to the gamers. Well, gamers have been screaming for a brand new Wave Race since the last one, since Blue Storm on the GameCube. Man, that has been 15 years or so we've been waiting for one. Why not bring back a brand new, and again, not a do-over, not a reimagining, no, a brand new sequel, Wave Race 3 or Wave Race Tsunami or whatever, I don't care. But a brand new Wave Race, man, with the Switch's capabilities for multiplayer, both online and locally, and docking it at home and having it on that beautiful HD screen on your TV. A brand new Wave Race. Come on, man. We need this. 1080 snowboarding. 1080 Avalanche on the GameCube was a phenomenal game. And now that I think about that, I'm pissed off because the other day, a couple weeks back, I had hooked up my GameCube and was going back playing old school. Not even on the Wii, on the actual Cube, playing all my old games. And I wanted to play 1080 Avalanche. And when I opened the case, the disc was cracked. So I need to reorder myself or get my hands on another copy of 1080 Avalanche, but be that as it may, the 1080 snowboarding franchise, I want to see a return to that. These are all games that belong to Nintendo, therefore when they come out, they will only be on Nintendo's console. It'll be another reason why people want to get a Switch, because you can't find these experiences anywhere else. So I want a Wave Race, I'm sorry, a Wave Race of course, but I want a 1080 snowboarding. Because that was our exclusive snowboarding title. Wave Race was our exclusive extreme racing title, jet ski racing. A new F-Zero. Bring us a new F-Zero. I know there's a fast racing Neo, a sequel to that scheduled for the Switch, and that's awesome. And Fast Racing Neo was amazing, but it's not F-Zero, dude. I want the Blue Falcon. I want Captain Falcon in that motherfucker. I want Mute City, the Big Blue, all that. And with all the hype that they generated by bringing downloadable content to Mario Kart from F-Zero, such as the Blue Falcon kart and the two F-Zero tracks, I think it was Mute City and I think it was the Big Blue, the two that I mentioned. Bring a brand new F-Zero, the next installment in the franchise. Bring that to the Switch. What else? Let me see. I know that, and again, this is just me coming off the top of the head with ideas. But who didn't love playing Rampage World Tour back in the day? I know Midway is dead and gone and all that, but damn, the last Rampage Total Destruction on the PS2 and on the GameCube, that's a phenomenal game, dude. Why not a brand new installment that you can have on the Switch? Whether it's exclusive or not, I don't care. But you can have it on the Switch, and you can take it with you on the go, and then through Wi-Fi or whatever it is, link up online with players from around the world, 3 or 4 monsters at a time, and just go wreck cities, man. I mean, dude, there's so much potential with this, and so many games that I want to see coming back. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. That was the best horror survival game I ever played. That and Zombie U. I know everybody, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil is phenomenal. I'll never deny that. Dino Crisis was another really good one. But I'm sorry. Eternal Darkness, with that whole dynamic of losing your sanity and the game fucking with you and making you think that even your GameCube disc was corrupted and your memory card was being erased. All the shit that the game did, plus it being genuinely creepy and scary and having a great story. Bring it back. I know they were trying to work on the Wii U a couple of years back, trying to do a Kickstarter for Shadows of the Eternals, which was like the spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness from the same people. Of course, that fell through. Nothing happened there. But come on, man. Eternal Darkness. That right there should be a game that Nintendo should give the Bayonetta 2 treatment. They should be like, yo, we are funding this game. We are going to make sure this game happens. Here's our money. Do what you need to do and bring us a brand new Eternal Darkness exclusive to the Switch. I want to see that. What else? Man, it's just so much, man. I mean, I'm pulling a lot from the GameCube era and the N64 era. Shit, speaking of the N64, why not? I mean, I know 2K has the WWE license and all that, but if there's a way for Nintendo to be able to make a WWE or just a wrestling game in general, even if it's made up wrestlers, made up licenses, whatever, made up federations, basically the modern day version of your WCW NWO Revenge or your WWF No Mercy. The brand new one, Day of Reckoning on the GameCube was awesome. That kind of wrestling and bringing that to the Switch exclusive, that's a multiplayer bonanza right there that stands alongside the Smash Brothers and the GoldenEyes and all that. But yeah, man, I want to see, there's so many games that I want to see brought back. Hello, the most obvious, Metroid. And I know that that's happening. I know that that's been talked about. There's been leaks and rumors saying that there is definitely a brand new, moving the story forward sequel, a new iteration of the Metroid series being developed for the Switch as we speak by a developer that we never would have thought, whoever that may be. I don't know. But Metroid, I want Metroid back, man. And here's the thing. I want the Switch to be that Nintendo console where it was kind of like the Wii, in the sense that the original Wii, man, we had 2 Legend of Zelda games, 2 3D Mario games. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be the system that does so well and has so much going for it that they don't just bring us Super Mario Odyssey, but they bring us Super Mario Odyssey, and then a year or two later, they bring us the brand new 3D Mario game after that. And so that by the time it's all said and done, we have a Nintendo console that we can take with us on the go or dock it at home and play in stunning HD with all that functionality, but it be the Nintendo system that has multiple 3D Marios, multiple Legend of Zeldas, multiple Metroids on that motherfucker, dude. Because if it does that, then the Nintendo Switch could very easily not only win or be tied for second or whatever in the console war, who gives a shit, but can actually be the longest lasting Nintendo console with the longest life cycle. Because even though it's underpowered, and yeah, it's less powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One, yada, 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 who cares? If it is powerful enough, which it very damn well looks like it is when you look at Breath of the Wild, and when you look at the way Skyrim looks on that motherfucker, it being a Nintendo console that has multiple brand new iterations of the 3D Mario series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Metroid series, bringing back games like Wave Race and 1080 snowboarding and F-Zero and all this, it could end up going for 7, 8, 9 years before you need a new Nintendo console because of the library of games. PS2 did this for 11 years or so, even when the PS3 was beginning to flourish. PS2 was still being produced and games were still being made for it. So what I'm saying is I want this to be the Nintendo console that has such a robust library that whether or not the third parties jump on board the way they're saying they are, that would be awesome. But even if they don't, that as far as the Nintendo side of things, we have such a freaking library of amazing games, man, non-stop. Because the Wii U had amazing first-party games, but they were so few and far in between because it took so long to get them made. I want Nintendo to have an emphasis on being a, hey, third party, we're here for you. We listen to you. We made a system that's easy to develop for. We made a system that gives you, as a developer, when you make your game for our system, it gives you an edge if you make it on our system because we have that whole portability thing in play that no one else has. But as far as Nintendo goes, I want this shit just to be chock full of Nintendo goodness, man. I want, like I said, Mario Odyssey and then the next 3D Mario, both on this console. I want Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and then Legend of Zelda, whatever comes after, using that same game engine. I mean, that game engine is perfect. It screams to have multiple Legend of Zeldas made in that game engine. Going forward, progressing the story forward. Yeah, man. I mean, you can tell I'm psyched. I think about that, the potential of that, and I saw how awesome it was on the Wii when we had Red Steel 1 and 2, when we had Endless Ocean 1 and 2, Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2, when we had Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, where we had Kirby was on that motherfucker, Metroid Prime, Corruption, Metroid Other M. When we just had multiple installments of our favorite franchises on that same console, can y'all imagine the potential that we have here, man? So, like I said, man, sound off in the comment section below if you have a Nintendo game or other franchise that Nintendo has been known to have on their systems back in the day, or maybe even just some other franchise from any other company that hasn't been around a while and you want to see it come back and come back on the Switch. Sound off in the comment section below. I'm hyped, man. So, yeah, man, like I said, let me know what y'all think. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. And this is all to the double. Y'all in trouble. Peace.